Today we're looking at Pool Girls, a 1,000 piece puzzle from Bespoke Press. Bespoke Press are a boutique Australian brand run from regional New South Wales. Now stop me if you've heard this one before, but they're predominantly a stationery and gift company who do a small sideline and jigsaw puzzles utilising artwork from their other product lines. Yeah, this does seem to be quite a common thing once you step outside of the big name puzzle brand. Bespoke Press currently have 6 different 1,000 piece puzzles listed on their website, typically for the slightly elevated price of $50 Australian, though this one is currently discounted, just not as heavily discounted as it was for me when I dug this out of a second-hand store for $4. As you often see from companies whose bread and butter is graphic design, the box for this puzzle is very eye-catching, featuring a vivid print of the art wrapping around the sides of the box. If I had to be a little critical, I would say that the gold foil lettering on the side is quite hard to read and detracts from the image. But there is a side without any if you do want a clean profile for your shelf. Also, because the art wraps around the sides, it can kind of mislead you into just how much of the puzzle is not the pool, but the edging around it, which ends up taking around 64% of the finished puzzle area. The artwork is by British illustrator Serena White, trading under the name Hogwarts & Co. And I really like it. It's got a summertime playfulness to it, with a refreshing colour palette. I also think Bespoke Press founder Alicia Herman may have had her hand in translating this art into the puzzle frame, as part of her process is to take elements designed by her partner artists and composite them using her own graphic design experience. At least that's what I gathered from an interview she recently gave on The Wall, which is a podcast about wallpaper. Yeah, I know how that sounds, but hey, I run a YouTube channel about jigsaws, so more power to them. The end result is a thoughtfully designed puzzle image. The colourful floaties are a clear, easy starting point, and it was fun to build out from there in distinct zones, such as the pool area, the rim tiling, the outer tiling, and the repeating plants, flowers and fruit. Each of these areas requires a slightly different technique to solve, which kept it engaging. And there was also obvious care taken to make sure no area was particularly bothersome, such as including different colour wave strokes on the flat pool surface. So top marks for the artwork and design, but unfortunately that good work is kind of marred by the puzzle print quality. The print on the pieces has a glossy finish and quite a muted tone. I'm not sure how well this will show up on camera, but when you compare the art on the box, poster and cute little thank you postcard to the art on the actual puzzle, its colours are noticeably dimmer, with details like the pink flowers washing into the beige tiles in a way that was much harder to differentiate than I expected going into it. Now, I don't want to unfairly besmirch the reputation of this company whose raison d'etre is meant to be printing. It's clear that their puzzles are just outsourced and imported products, and not something we can use to judge their mainline products, which they print in-house with their family of antique print irons. And fair enough too. Outsourcing is the only practical way for a smaller company to get into jigsaws. It just seems from their ad copy that their focus was on having dustless pieces and using some recycled materials, and maybe everything else took a back seat. Besides the dull print, there is also some image lifting on these pieces, even though the product was otherwise kept in perfect condition. These pieces also have glossy backs, sharp edges, and are a bit clacky, if you get what I mean. That's all probably a matter of taste, but I'm quite prepared to deal with a little puzzle dust in order to have rounded, thick, soft cardboard pieces, which just feels so much better in my hands. To be fair, the puzzle cut is well varied, and I had no issues with false fits, so it's not as though they cheaped out on the quality. And if you're against puzzle dust, maybe this is the puzzle for you. I guess I was just a little disappointed that the box promised a refreshing dip, but once I got inside, the water ended up being a little murky. So I'm going to give this one 3 out of 5. Thank you for watching. Until next time, why not beat the summer heat with a trip to the pool? Though you might want to wait a bit if you're in a different hemisphere. Take care.